Hey, what's up guys? Before we get into this video, if you could just give this video a like, I really appreciate it and it really helps out the channel. Now, I've owned my Switch for almost 2 years. And I've loved the console, it's been great. I owned the Wii U when it first came out, and I know I'm in the minority, but I really like the Wii U. So when I got the Switch, I used it quite a bit. But recently I've noticed a massive issue with the Switch that's only really popped up now. I know other people have talked about it, but I just want to give my views on it because it did happen to me. Now, Nintendo have used the click that the Switch Joy-Cons make in their marketing quite a bit, and they are very satisfying to click in. But recently I noticed that my left Joy-Con just didn't make that sound anymore, not as clicky as it used to be. And every so often I turn on my Switch and it would say that my left Joy-Con wasn't connected, even though it clearly was, so I'd have to pop it out and put it back in. But I ignored that for quite a while, I didn't think it was that big of a problem. But recently I noticed that I could just pull out my left Joy-Con without clicking in the button, which was very odd, because I tried that with my right Joy-Con, it wouldn't, it was stuck how it should be. And on comparing them, I noticed the little clip right in between the rail and my left Joy-Con had been worn down. And it's really strange because I did a bit of research and looked up why this was happening. And apparently it's because it's made of plastic, it just wears down over time. And some people say it gets worse if you don't press the button in the full way. But every time I pulled out my Joy-Cons up until last week when I realised my left one just slides out, I always use the button, so it's very strange.
Now, what a loose Joy-Con is basically when you can remove it without pressing the button. Normally, you have to depress this button up here and you slide the Joy-Con up. But when it starts to wear, you can just move it up and down without depressing the button. And in worst case scenario, you could see what could happen. And it would just come straight out like this. Now, obviously, if that was to happen and you were playing over a hard surface, then you could end up damaging your Switch.
Now, I've tried to see if there's any way of fixing it, and there's only you can open the Joy-Con and get a replacement clip, or just buy a completely new set. I'm tempted to get a new set, but with the Switch Mini that rumours to be announced at E3, I sort of want to wait, so that's what I think I'm personally going to do. But I just find it bizarre that the Joy-Cons have this fault, and from what I see, Nintendo hasn't done anything to remedy it. And I've only had the Switch less than 2 years, it shouldn't really happen. Like, people complained about the Wii U being more like a Fisher-Price toy, but my Wii U never broke, like the gamepad never broke down on me. Another issue that I've noticed as well is the actual thumbsticks the rubber on the thumbsticks is starting to wear down, especially on my right Joy-Con, which is strange as well. It's really wearing down and you can feel it. It doesn't feel comfortable to use anymore on your fingers. It's not smooth. And that's, again, another weird oversight because I'd say I use my Wii U over the course of its lifetime more than my Switch. And I've never had this problem. And it's very strange. And again, there's two ways of remedying that. You can either buy a new set or just replace the thumbstick itself. But I don't think I should have to buy a new thumbstick or even a new set just because the unit I had is defective. I just find it strange. It's sort of reminding me of the PlayStation 4 controllers, when after a while people started to realise that the rubber was just ripping off or wearing down really easily. But with Nintendo, I've owned a Wii U, a Wii 3DS. The 3DS has a little circle pad. None of those were ever worn down before, but the Switch for some reason does. And I thought maybe it's because it's portable and you take it around, but I put it in a case when I take it out, so it wouldn't be damaged from that. So I don't really know. I don't know why. This isn't a scripted video, this is just me explaining what issues I'm having and seeing if anyone else has these issues. But yeah, the Switch, luckily, with the Joy-Con just sliding out, it's not a problem with the Switch unit itself. So if I did get another pair of Joy-Cons, I'd just slip them in and they'd be stuck. But my only problem with that as well is I'd only expect to use them for 1.5 years, 2 years, and then I'd have to buy another set. I'm hoping with the Switch Mini and the Pro, whenever those two come out, they'll have maybe a revised Joy-Con or something like that to fix it. Because the Joy-Cons have had weird issues the whole time. They're really expensive for a start. I know why, but they still seem very expensive. When they first came out, they had connection problems, like pretty bad connection problems. But in the newer ones, they seem to have fixed it, from what I can tell anyway. But this weird, just the Joy-Con sliding out. And it's not too bad because I have the right Joy-Con still sticks in. But if my right one started to slide out as well, if I just held the Switch by the Joy-Cons, then more likely than not, the Switch unit would just fall to the floor when I use it. So I don't really know. Obviously, in dock mode, this isn't a problem at all. But you know, half the fun of the Switch is that it's in handheld mode, and if I have to be cautious of how I'm holding it to make sure it doesn't just drop randomly, it's just bizarre. I don't know. I would hope that Nintendo do fix it in a revised version, because I don't really want to go out and pay £70 for another set. So overall, even though it's a bit strange, I think I'm just going to wait and see at E3 if another version does come out. If it doesn't, then I might just have to pay the money for a new set of Joy-Cons, or at least buy the left one. But I think I might just buy both, so that they're both nice and brand new. But yeah, tell me if you've had any of these issues, because I know one of my friends also has a weird issue, not related to the thumbstick itself or the rail. His HD Rumble makes a weird noise when it vibrates, and it doesn't on mine. So I think that might be defected as well. So yeah, tell me if you have any of these issues in the comments. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video.